Hello everyone. Welcome back to Sansan, Best Anime Reaction. Last episode pushed the story closer to the edge, and the emotional tension feels almost unbearable. In this episode, I expect the fallout from recent choices to spread quickly, affecting not just individuals but entire factions. There's a strong sense that the scale of the story is about to expand dramatically. I'm also very curious to see how characters who oppose this destructive path will respond, especially when their options seem limited. This episode feels like a turning point where hesitation disappears and determination takes over. Attack on Titan is no longer building up, it's moving forward at full force. Let's continue with episode 20 and face what comes next.
This must be one of our dad's memories.
He looked every bit as innocent as you did. Happy, too. The man pushed his friends and family straight into hell, yet there's no trace of guilt on his face.
Why are you showing me this?
So you'll understand who he was. He sacrificed his children on the altar of nationalism, and brainwashed us both in the name of Eldia. Just wait. Soon you'll see. Guess you pulled it off, Grisha. You built a new life somewhere so far from your old one that you could leave your mistakes behind. No one blames you here. Not for what you did to your first family, nor for the way you forgot us. Let's go. Next. Look at this, Eren. That's the real Grisha Yeager. He used his job as a doctor to get close to powerful people within the walls. That was how he hunted down the king. He was after the founder, though.
Attack on Titan Season 4 Episode 20 is one of those episodes that doesn't just move the plot forward. It grabs the entire story by the collar, shakes it violently, and says, "Hey, remember everything you thought you knew? Yeah, about that." By the time the episode ends, you're not just questioning the characters anymore. You're questioning fate itself. So buckle up, because this episode is less of a recap and more of a philosophical roller coaster wearing ODM gear. We open inside the place no one ever expected to see animated this vividly. The coordinate, also known as paths. And let's be honest, paths sounds peaceful, like a hiking trail. This is not that. This is a timeless desert filled with giant glowing ribs, floating memories, and the overwhelming feeling that reality just filed for a divorce from logic. Zeke is here first, standing around shirtless because apparently the afterlife doesn't believe in modesty. He's marveling at the place like a kid who wandered into a cosmic museum, explaining to Eren that this is where all subjects of Ymir are connected. Time doesn't exist here. Past, present, and future are all blended together like a very cursed smoothie. Zeke believes he has won. He thinks he outplayed Eren. He thinks the founding titan is his to command because, surprise surprise, royal blood apparently comes with admin privileges. And for a brief moment, it really feels like Zeke is right. He calmly explains his master plan, the euthanasia of the Eldian people. No genocide by violence, no war, no screaming titans. Just the quiet extinction of an entire race through sterilization. Zeke genuinely believes this is mercy. In his mind, if Eldians are never born again, then the world will finally be free from titans, and Eldians will be free from suffering. It's horrifying, but also disturbingly logical.
The whole time. He knew that if he ever got caught, his wife and son would pay the price with him. But he kept doing it anyway. And you know why?
Because he'd gladly drag his family through shit for Eldia. He was a shitty human being who did a shitty job as a father. I understand now. You've undone his brainwashing. I should have just not been born. Thanks for showing me the light.
We have all the time in the world. No need to rush.
Here already? Can't believe he found it in so little time.
You know this place?
The King of the Walls hid out here.
That doesn't make sense. Grisha stole the Founder when the walls fell, and that won't happen for a number of years. Why did he wait so long? I see. He delayed his mission for the sake of his son. He set aside his cause for his family. Would have been nice if he could have done that for me. Good for you, though. I guess losing his first family taught him to care. But even so, he passed you his banner and set you marching down his path. You'll never be the person you could have been. You'll understand that in time.
I'm sorry. Please, Zeke, forgive me. It's you. Zeke! Zeke, is it actually you? Don't be
If you follow his trauma-filled life. Zeke presses the metaphor hard. Being born as an Eldian is suffering, so preventing birth is kindness. And what makes this scene chilling is that Zeke isn't ranting like a villain. He's calm, almost gentle, like a man who truly believes he's offering salvation. This isn't evil laughter territory. This is, I've thought about this for years and cried myself to sleep over it, territory. Then comes the big reveal. Zeke can control Ymir. Or at least, he thinks he can. Ymir appears, silent as always, walking barefoot through the sand, eyes empty, face expressionless. She has been here for 2,000 years, endlessly molding titans out of sand, obeying royal commands like a cosmic intern who never got a lunch break. Zeke orders her to sterilize all Eldians. And this is where Eren does something very Eren-like. He laughs. Not a villain laugh. Not a maniacal laugh. More like a, wow, you really don't get it, do you? Laugh. And suddenly, the power dynamic flips so hard it practically snaps the timeline in half. Eren reveals that he never agreed with Zeke's plan. Ever. The brotherly bonding? The shared hatred of their father? All of it was manipulation. Eren wasn't following Zeke. Zeke was walking exactly where Eren wanted him to go. And if that wasn't shocking enough, Eren drops the real bomb. Royal blood doesn't command the Founder. Ymir does. And Ymir has been waiting for someone like him. What follows is one of the most emotionally devastating moments in the entire series. Eren doesn't command Ymir. He kneels before her. He speaks to her like a person, not a tool, not a god, not a slave. He acknowledges her pain, her loneliness, her centuries of silent obedience. He tells her she doesn't have to listen anymore. She can choose.
Stupid. Even if Zeke could get here, he wouldn't be old and bearded. You're dreaming.
What is this?
Next. We're finished here. Right.
At this point, you're 9 years old. Grisha truly cared for you. He let you grow up normally. He never recruited you into the Eldian Restoration movement.
I said you were wasting your breath. We've been wandering through years of his memories for nothing.
But if that's true, then what could have driven you to betray me? He forced you to inherit the Attack Titan without telling you a thing. So what was it that made you decide to carry on his battle? Eren, why not bring an end to centuries of war? And if peace wasn't your goal, why seek the Founder's power?
Because since the day I was born, this is who I've been. When you learned you had a brother, you thought he'd be the same as you. But you were wrong. If someone tries to steal my freedom from me, I'll take theirs first without a second thought.
Damn it.
It wasn't because of anything Dad did. I came into this world ready for a fight.
Since the day you were born.
I'm not some pathetic little boy in need of a big brother's guidance. And if you were hoping we'd bond over our shared emotional scars, you're out of luck. Here's what you've shown me, Zeke. You resent your dad because he cared more about restoring Eldia than raising his son. Opposing him is all you can think to do with your life. You've shown me a pathetic man, still haunted by the ghost of his father.
That could be the case. Perhaps this man should be grateful to his father. It was his miserable upbringing that exposed him to the truth of the ongoing threat that Eldia poses to the world. In a way, that man's father is helping him put an end to that threat. Seems more than a little ironic. Right, Eren?
It's warm.
Please understand. The power of the Founder is completely under my control. There's no way to stop me from carrying out the euthanization plan. That said, I won't move on if it means abandoning you. I'm going to do for you what Mr. Sava did.
For 2,000 years, no one ever gave Ymir a choice. Think about that. Every king, every royal, every command treated her like an object. Even Zeke, with all his talk about freedom, still sees her as a means to an end. Eren is the first person who looks at her and says, "You are not a slave. You are not a god. You're just a person." And Ymir breaks. Tears stream down her face as she finally makes a decision of her own. Not because of royal blood. Not because of destiny. Because she wants to. And in that moment, the entire foundation of the Titan world changes. Zeke, for the first time in his life, is genuinely shocked. His perfect plan collapses instantly. He thought understanding the system meant controlling it. He never realized the system itself was built on someone else's suffering. Then the episode pulls out its final weapon, time itself. Eren drags Zeke through memories, not just random flashbacks, but key moments from Grisha Yeager's life. This is where Attack on Titan goes full galaxy brain. We're not just watching memories. Eren is actively present inside them. He's influencing the past. We see Grisha hesitate. We see him struggle with the decision to slaughter the Reese family. He's crying, shaking, begging himself not to do it. And then we realize something terrifying. Grisha didn't do it on his own. Eren pushed him. Eren whispers to his father. Encourages him. Pressures him. Manipulates him. The idea that Eren was shaped by his father flips completely. No, his father was shaped by him. The past wasn't setting up the future. The future was forcing the past to happen. This revelation redefines the entire series. Eren isn't just reacting to fate. He's enforcing it. He saw the future, and instead of trying to change it, he chose to become the monster required to make it real.
For me, I will save you, Eren. And then, I'll save the world. His parting words. Mankind isn't gone, he says. Ah, that's quite the revelation he left behind.
Hey, we're home.
Welcome back, kids. Oh my goodness. Someone's working hard to keep us in fuel.
Whatever. What was that for?
It looks like your earlobe's red, which means you've got something to hide. Mikasa helped you again now, didn't she?
Hey, where are you off to, Dad? A patient?
Yes, some folks in the interior. I should be back in about a week or so.
So, Eren's thinking about joining the Scouts.
Way to keep a secret, mouth!
Get that ridiculous thought out of your head this instant, young man. No son of mine is going to be fodder. Do I make myself absolutely clear?
Stop yelling at me!
Don't you dare!
Outside. It's a nightmare, you have no idea.
Yeah, I get it, okay? But it's gotta be better than this life! I'm not stupid. I know it's ugly out there. I know there's death around every corner. But we can't just give up on it. Because otherwise this nightmare's never gonna end!
I see. Excuse me. I'll be late for the ferry.
Darling, wait! Scold the boy, for heaven's sake!
Scold her? Dear, please, think this through. Mere words won't hold back the boy's curiosity. Eren, behave yourself, and I'll let you in on what I've been doing down in the cellar. Agree?
Yes, sir, you got it! Have a good trip!
Please listen. I'm an Eldian who came from beyond the walls. I am a subject of Ymir, just like all of you.
And the look on Zeke's face when he realizes this is priceless. For someone who believed he understood the world better than anyone, discovering that his little brother is essentially Time's final boss is unsettling. The episode ends with a sense of inevitable doom. Not because something exploded, but because we now understand that Eren has been walking toward this outcome his entire life. Every step, every choice, every sacrifice was already seen. Already accepted. Season 4 Episode 20 isn't just about titans or war. It's about freedom versus determinism. About whether choice matters in a world where the future is already written. Eren believes freedom means choosing your path even if it leads to hell. Zeke believes freedom means preventing suffering entirely. And Ymir? She just wanted someone to ask her what she wanted. That's why this episode hits so hard. There are no clean heroes. No easy answers. Just broken people making impossible decisions in a world that never gave them a fair chance. And if you finished this episode feeling emotionally exhausted, confused, and slightly terrified, congratulations. Attack on Titan did exactly what it set out to do. There is one detail in this episode that deserves to be slowed down, zoomed in, and replayed a few times, because the first time you watch it, your brain is still busy screaming about time travel and destiny. And that detail is Grisha Yeager's reaction. Not to the Reese family, not to the massacre, but to Eren himself. When we first see Grisha inside those memories, he looks exactly like the man we remember. Exhausted, guilty, constantly questioning whether he's doing the right thing. This is not a cold-blooded revolutionary anymore. This is a father who has already failed one son and is terrified of failing another. He hesitates. He trembles. He begs himself to stop. And for a moment, it feels like his...
King of the Walls, I beg you, kill the Titans attacking Wall Maria before my wife and children and thousands of others are all eaten alive!
The day of judgment has finally come, and we, as subjects of Ymir, must now reap the wages of our sins. When it comes to great and terrible power, humankind is weak. This was proven many times during the Great Titan War. Such is the power of the Titans, that in human hands it inevitably brings ruin. The power of the Founder, if returned to the weak-willed custody of man, would plunge the world once more into hell. Eldia's sins are what wrought this terror, so to save the world and put it to rest, we Eldians must embrace death.
I'd say she about summed up my argument for me. But it fell on deaf ears. Grisha slaughtered her entire family. You've seen this part. You mentioned it when we first met. I recall you saying that what he did was a mistake. Was that a lie too?
I live in the Shiganshina district with my family. Our house is by Wall Maria near the breach. My wife and children are directly in the Titan's path. How are you willing to condemn everyone in the walls to death for the crimes of their ancestors? They don't even know about those crimes. You stole their memories. They'll die between those monsters' jaws, ignorant and scared. Can you honestly call that atonement?
No. Proper atonement is beyond our ability. The lives stolen by the Eldian Empire can never be returned. They are lost. However, what we can do is refuse to take any more lives, at least outside the walls. If we can just live out our lives in ignorance, and then accept the world's rage when it comes, then no one will have to die, except us Eldians. There's nothing you can say to dissuade me from this course. What's more, even if you were to defeat me and steal the Founding Titan, you wouldn't be...
I know. I wouldn't be able to make use of the Founder's power. Each of the 9 is unique, distinguished by a certain trait. Like the Attack Titan, whose power was passed to me. For ages, we who've inherited the Attack Titan have bucked the authority of any who sought to control us. And I've finally come to understand why. We're meant to oppose the self-righteousness of the king. Yes, this must be the moment our memories have been leading us toward for generations. The power of the Attack Titan offers us brief glimpses into the lives of those yet to inherit it, meaning...
History might actually change. But then something happens that should be impossible. Grisha turns his head, not randomly, not vaguely. He turns his head directly toward where Eren is standing. This is the moment that quietly breaks the rules of everything we thought we understood. Because Grisha doesn't just sense something. He sees Eren. He recognizes him. And the horror on Grisha's face is not the horror of a man about to kill. It's the horror of a man realizing his son has already gone somewhere he cannot follow. Grisha's voice cracks as he speaks, and when he asks, "Eren, is that you?" it lands harder than any Titan punch in the series. This isn't just a father seeing his son. This is a father realizing that his son is watching him at the worst moment of his life. Imagine committing the greatest sin you will ever commit, and then realizing your child is standing there, silently judging you from the future. And here's the terrifying part. Grisha understands the situation faster than Zeke ever does. Grisha realizes that Eren isn't just watching the past. Eren is guiding it, pushing it, controlling it, and Grisha immediately understands what that means for the world. He knows, in that instant, that whatever future Eren has seen must be unimaginably dark, because his son is willing to turn his own father into a weapon to reach it. That's why Grisha breaks down when he finally kills the Reese family. It's not just guilt, it's fear. Fear of what Eren will become. Fear of the future that now feels unavoidable. And when Grisha later begs Zeke to stop Eren, it's not the request of a man trying to fix his mistakes. It's the plea of a man who knows it's already too late. This detail completely recontextualizes Grisha's character. For most of the series, he's painted as the source of Eren's trauma, the man who burdened his son with impossible expectations and a stolen Titan power.
It allows us to witness events in the future.
He can witness the future. What does that mean, Eren?
The Attack Titan can see into the future? How have I never heard...
I came here knowing that you would be ignorant on that subject. It's a consequence of the way you've been shackled by the vow-renouncing war. You can't use the Founder's full power either. The future is already long since decided. I'm going to eat the Founding Titan and bring an end to the royal bloodline right now!
Run!
I can't do it. I'm a doctor. My job is to save lives. I would never murder innocent children. How could I?
No, this can't be. Grisha did steal the power of the Founder. He slaughtered the whole royal family. So how? It's in the past. It can't just change.
What are you waiting for, Frida? You need to kill that man right now! He's no match for the Founder! Crush him before he can run!
Frida, if you let that man leave here alive, he'll ruin everything!
You have to, Frida! You know that! Don't let him destroy the paradise we've built! Frida! We need you to protect us! Frida! Please!
On your feet, Dad. You're not done yet. In case you've forgotten, you have your own reasons for coming. You had a little sister till that man fed her to his dogs. Think of your slaughtered comrades, of Kruger, of Dinah. Avenge them. Keep moving forward. Even if you die, even after you die. After all, this whole ugly story started with you.
But in this episode, the roles reverse in the most disturbing way possible. Grisha is no longer the origin of the cycle. He is a victim of it. Eren didn't inherit his father's will. His father inherited Eren's, and that is a terrifying thought. Because it means Eren's resolve is not born from anger or revenge alone. It is reinforced by certainty. He knows what happens if he hesitates. He has seen the consequences of doubt written across his father's face. Every tear Grisha sheds becomes proof, in Eren's mind, that this path cannot be avoided. This also explains why adult Eren feels so emotionally distant. He's not just carrying guilt. He's carrying the knowledge that the people he loves have already suffered because of choices he hasn't technically made yet. How do you smile, joke, or hesitate when you know your own existence has already broken the people who raised you? The genius of this episode is that it doesn't turn Eren into a simple villain. It turns him into something far more unsettling. A person who believes that freedom means taking responsibility for even the most unforgivable acts. He doesn't deny what he's doing. He embraces it, because from his perspective, the future already happened, and he's just making sure it stays on schedule. And Grisha's terrified eyes are the proof that the cost of that freedom is not abstract. It is personal. It is familial. It is the sound of a father realizing that the son he wanted to protect has become someone the world itself might not survive. That single exchanged glance between Grisha and Eren says more than pages of dialogue ever could. It tells us that this story was never just about Titans. It was about inheritance, regret, and the terrifying idea that sometimes the future doesn't come to destroy the past. Sometimes the future stands right in front of it and asks it to keep moving forward anyway.
Kill them all! Even the little kids! With my own hands! Eren! I slaughtered the whole Rice family! All but the father! Is that enough for you? Did you get what you wanted? Will crushing those children in my hands really bring Elvia back? Why is there still so much she refused to show me? I never saw the fall of the walls. What becomes of my home? Is Carla going to make it? Was there no other way forward? Was this really the right choice? You're here watching me now, right, Zeke? From here on out, nothing is going to go the way you'd hoped. Eren will get everything he wants.
What do you mean? How could you know?
I've seen it. I've witnessed Eren's memories. What humanity is about to endure is far worse than I could imagine. Zeke! That's you, right, Zeke? You've gotten so big. I'm sorry. I know I was never the father you deserved. After all I put you through, you have every right to despise me. But even so, I will always love you. If only I'd let you be my son instead of trying to make you a soldier. Oh, Father. Please, Zeke. You have to stop Eren.
Opposing forces arise and clash, and the cycle carries on without pause. But in the beginning, who was it that set this story in motion? Next episode, from you 2,000 years ago.
Thank you so much for watching this video on General Sansan Anime. I really appreciate you spending your time here and sharing this anime journey with me. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming videos. Your support truly means a lot and helps the channel grow stronger every day. I'll be back very soon with more exciting reactions, emotional moments, and unforgettable anime scenes for all of us to experience together. Until next time, take care, keep enjoying anime, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.